What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. It is time to react to your comments once again. So let's get straight into it.
The official Kizu says, in quotes, Forest aren't showing the ability to pick up points. That aged well.
You know, I did say as well that they're probably going to pick up points against Burnley, and that's going to be your last win of the season. So you pipe down. You pipe down. Yeah, maybe you were losing 1-0 at the time, but...
Turned very quickly, didn't it?
Yeah. At the end of the day, Marinakis ain't going to win.
Exactly.
Let's hope so, anyway.
It was pretty gutting watching how they just took the game away from Burnley so convincingly.
Look, it was a surprise that Burnley were 1-0 up. We always
Yeah.
thought before the game Nottingham Forest were going to pick up the 3 points.
And comfortably, you probably felt.
Yeah. So I said before the game that I think that Burnley game will be the only time that they do pick up 3 points from now to the end of the season.
But they are picking up points for us. 5 unbeaten, 3 draws, 2 wins.
Yeah. I think like draws more than us and West Ham are valuable for Forest because they're that many points ahead. You know, just the points just keep them ticking over.
You know, if they get 4 more points, 4 more draws, that's 40 points, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I can't see us getting that, can I?
I don't. At the moment. The thing is, like, looking at their fixtures, I don't think they pick up I think Europe is going to hinder them massively. I really believe that. Sunderland away, I think Sunderland will win that. Chelsea away. Usually, with the form that Chelsea are on, I'd probably say Chelsea won't win that game. But it is 3 days before a European semi-final. And Chelsea did have a better performance on the weekend as well. So I'm hoping that Chelsea can pull something out the bag. So if they lose their next 2 and Spurs somehow beat Wolves, then it's game on again.
Yeah. We have to just beat Wolves and see where that leads us. Obviously, they're playing on Friday nights. They play a day before us, so we kind of know what's going on. They're playing Sunderland away. So if they drop points in that game, all of a sudden, a win puts us back in the frame.
Yeah, exactly.
DC COYS says, it's written in the script, we're heading down. Don't do a watch-along to West Ham Palace, guys. You'll jinx it like the Forest game.
Well, I've just scheduled the watch-along, so...
He's urging us not to do it. It's a last-minute Hail Mary plea from DC COYS. Please.
Now we got to. We need Spurs fans watching this with us. It's too much, man.
We need all the negative energy. We need to put it in. I think for the Forest game, we were distracted. We were live, doing other Spurs content. If we can put our full focus into Palace, I think they can get the result.
Exactly.
No distraction.
Johnson again, ole ole.
So there you go. We are doing a watch along. You can't stop us.
Come and join us, by the way.
Yeah, please. We need all the energy. Georgie says Spurs fans walking out of a game that ain't even theirs.
Literally, we were planning to do a watch along, and then just one thing led to another. We ended up doing the Spurs content overran or whatever. We got to see the last half an hour. Just before we turned it over to the game, it was 2-1. And then as soon as we turned, Morgan Gibbs White, and it was just like, just turn this off now. What's the even point?
What are we doing here? We made a habit of walking out games early this season, Spurs fans, and we did it again. Stuart Arnold says, I think we'll stay up. Everyone expected Forest to beat Burnley. Everyone expected us to lose to Brighton. So in that respect, it's a point gained. Hard to say, having been 2-1 up. Looking at the fixtures, I think we'll beat Wolves, beat Everton and Leeds. And even though we'll lose against Chelsea, they've been dreadful for a while now. So I don't think it's a stretch to think we could get a point there either. De Zerbi has clearly got into the players, and we look so much better at the weekend.
Come on, Stuart.
Stuart Arnold with a bit of positivity.
A man that is thinking on my level. That's the way I'm thinking right now. I think
is it a point gain this weekend? Even as
it's a point gained if West Ham lose.
True.
But it's a point more than most first fans expected us to get this weekend. So in that aspect, it's a point gained. Like mentally, it's a point gained. You know what I mean?
But you predicted us 2 points lost, though.
Yeah, as well. Because
it's a point game.
But in terms of the way you were thinking, you expected Forest to win.
Yep.
You expect West Ham. Obviously, West Ham's tonight, so we can't say. But you expected Spurs to lose.
Yep.
So we're a point better off than what you thought we would be at the beginning of the weekend.
True. Doesn't mean we're more likely to stay up. Just means we're a point.
No, but look, the way I'm thinking is I've seen upticks in performances, and we need to put that into results. And if we can't put that into results, then we're going to go down. That's the reality.
But I just think at the moment, until we have actually got over the line and won, I can't sit here and say we're staying up.
No. It's hard to say it. But Let's believe, people. Let's believe. The win's coming.
Well, Richard says Spurs are going down. 100%. Vina and Lange are to blame for wasting 4 months on Frank and Tudor, who completely destroyed the players' confidence. 2 games in, and De Zerbi has already shown what an actual manager can do with these players, but it's too late. But much like the corporate world, they will both be paid millions for being sacked and then walk into another high-paid job when they are fully responsible for the size of the club of Spurs going down.
If he's of the opinion that De Zerbi is a proper coach and he's already proving that, then why can't he get wins? Why can't he get enough wins for us to say out? But there's 5 games to go.
Yeah, but he needs time.
But if he's a proper coach and we've already shown improvements and we even potentially could have won a game, yeah, we bottled it in the last minute against the hardest team that we're probably going to face based on current form, why can't we beat lesser teams?
Because it's too late, you're saying?
Yeah, but why?
Because coaches need time.
But he's saying that he's already proven that he's a good manager.
Yeah.
So why can't he get more wins? Why can't he get a win at Wolves this weekend?
He might be able to. I'm confident or hopeful that he can, and we can. And if we do beat Wolves this weekend, then everything looks a lot different, doesn't it? 100%. I think based on what we saw against Brighton, I think we can beat Wolves. But if we had had more time, I think the chances would be much better.
Yeah, of course, but we didn't, and this is where we're at.
That's the point.
But I still think it's possible. I really believe that, and I think everyone that's saying we're down, it's just defeatist attitude. Believe until the end.
We have a chance. I don't think we're not done for, but right now, I think if I was to predict, I'd predict we're going down. No. But
I'm predicting we'll stay up. All we needed was that spark, that good performance to spark us into life. We got the good performance. Yes, we didn't win, but we got a credible draw. And we move on to the Wolves game. And let's hope we back that up with a win. Because if we have that win against Wolves, that's 4 points over the last 2 games. Hopefully 2 good performances to back us up. And that gives us very much confidence to go into the final 4 games to save ourselves.
Let's hope we do it. Let's hope that last-minute goal hasn't rocked us too much.
Yeah.
Kawinj says Ben was way too optimistic. We may be able to snatch some wins, but I can see Forest and West Ham winning most of their remaining games.
They're not going to win the most of their remaining games, man. They're just not. There's nothing to suggest that Nottingham Forest are going to win most of their remaining games. What's there to suggest that? Based on
most, but get more wins than us. There is a lot of evidence to suggest that.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about Spurs in a different kind of way because of what we've shown in the last game and hopefully to see the improvements. West Ham as well, I still think they got hard games and I don't think they're going to win the most of their games either. These teams, we're at the bottom of the league for a reason.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. There will be opportunities for us. It's whether Tottenham can take those opportunities.
Exactly, yeah.
It's still, as much as, look, obviously we're relying on other teams, but the other teams, as you said, they've probably got tougher fixture lists. If we can just do our job, things should fall into place. But if West Ham win tonight, it's looking ominous, I have to say. Let's just pray. Let's just pray Palace gets something.
I think even if West Ham win, I still think there's going to be opportunities. But yeah, I agree. If West Ham do win tonight, then it's not looking good.
Rising Tide said, "It's over, guys. It was in our hands all season until last weekend, and we didn't do enough. It's no longer in our hands, and the drop threshold is increasing each week as the teams around us pick up more points. 15 games without a win, that stat alone says it all. We 100% deserve this. No argument."
We do deserve it. No doubt about it. We deserve it. Everyone inside the club deserves it. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'm believing right until the end. I really am. And I've seen positives in the last game, and I'm just hoping and praying we can take those positives into the next game.
Well, we've watched football long enough to know you don't always get what you deserve. Whether you've been good and you don't get the win, or whether you've been bad and you do get something.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. And let's just hope that for all the horrible shit we've been through this season, we don't get what we deserve.
Yeah. Exactly, and it's going to come down to these last 5 games, and we can sit here all we want and say it's not in our hands. Yeah, you're right, it's not in our hands. But the nature of a relegation battle, the nature of the teams at the bottom, there's always going to be drop points. There's always going to be opportunities.
Yeah, there's always going to be points as well. You expect to win, you don't, and maybe you pull some surprises as well. I think the other teams have been showing that. We've got to show it as well now.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Strummer says, Italian here, even Juventus were relegated for a year. It became a chance to rebuild the club, and within a few years, they were winning again.
I mean, that's a completely different situation, the Juventus situation. They didn't get relegated because they were crap. They got relegated because they broke the laws and broke the rules. And on top of that, Juventus kept like the majority of their team together as well. They were playing in like Serie B with like Buffon and Trezeguet and these kind of guys.
Del
you know what I mean? Yeah, like they had crazy team down in Serie B. And yeah, did it give them a chance to rebuild? I mean, I thought they just kept the same squad.
I think, if my memory serves me right, I think they weren't doing that well when they went down. Like they were like fourth or something. They weren't like winning leagues. Or maybe they were, I can't remember now. They obviously went down. And then when they came back up, and then they hired Conte. Well, actually, when they came back up, it took them a few years to start winning again. And then when Conte came, they started their unbelievable run of leagues. It took them a few years, to be fair, to start winning again when they came back up.
Yeah, they won the league. Wow. You know, Napoli came second in that year. Napoli were in Serie B when they were there.
Wow.
I never knew that. Juventus and Napoli were 1 and 2, and Genoa were third.
So, no, what was the season before? Did they go down winning the league? Maybe they did.
Serie A 05-06.
Yeah.
No.
Right. But they actually
91. Yeah, they won the league.
Yeah, they did win the league.
By far.
So they didn't really need a rebuild.
No. And they didn't get one because
I actually think they stopped winning when they came up, because they came back up and they didn't win for a few years until Conte. Well, when Conte came in, then they started winning again.
Serie A 07-08.
Won that under Mourinho.
Yeah, Juventus finished third. They got back into the Champions League straight away.
There you go. Yeah, I'm not sure going down has helped them in any way. Put it that way.
It definitely didn't help them, but they didn't lose too much.
No.
But it's completely different.
Yeah,
like what happened to Juve is not going to happen to Spurs. Like, it's two completely different situations.
Exactly. Yeah, it's true. Paul Hatton says, I don't understand the question. What do you mean, what happens to the channel? You continue as normal unless you don't support Spurs anymore and will stop watching them. Strange.
I completely agree, Paul. I completely agree. Nothing will happen to the channel. We'll still be there.
It's here to stay.
We'll still be going to Spurs games up and down the country. Unfortunately, not across Europe. But we're here and we're here to stay.
If you're Spurs, you'll continue watching.
Exactly.
If you're proper Spurs.
Exactly.
That's it. All the content will be here. Doesn't matter what grounds we're going to. Doesn't matter what team is out on the pitch. We're following the team. This is what this channel's all about. It's about supporting you through thick and thin.
Exactly.
We're going to be there whether we're league, championship, national league. Doesn't matter where we are.
Exactly. We're Tottenham till we die. We'll always be like that.
Mark Lismore says, I'm a Villa fan and watching it over the last few years is similar to how we were until eventually being relegated. We went through the highs of top sixes, then the owner gave up, recruitment got worse, and the team just kept sliding and couldn't stop. Weirdly, being relegated saved us. We got new owners who took us from the Championship to the Champions League quarterfinal within 5 years, and we're on a whirlwind as fans. But the Championship is no joke, hardest league in the world to get out of.
Please nobody show Stelios that comment. Nobody show him, man. That is like relegation. I just can't see relegation being good for Spurs. It was similar, though,
because, when I remember under Martin O'Neill and they had like Young, Milner, they were a good team, weren't they, for a while?
Yeah, they were decent.
And they were like challenging us, really, for that fourth place. They never got it, though. They were challenging for a few years, though. And then, it just kept sliding down and down. And then I remember they got new owners just before we signed Grealish.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I know, because we should have had him for 5 million.
Yeah, plus Onoma.
Yeah, plus Onoma. But he's not mentioning the fact that they were sliding back down to the Championship when they had Johan Lang. And who do we have now? Johan Lang. So that is the key point for me. You know, they got rid of him and then they started going up again. So let's get rid of him and maybe we'll start going up again.
But he said the relegation saved them. Look at them now. Unai Emery as a winner.
Relegation saved them from what?
From being relegated.
You know what I mean? What did relegation save them from?
From just being a nonsense club, you know, being a club that are just in the abyss. And now they're a something.
They could have made those changes whilst in the Premier League as well, you know. It doesn't have to take relegation to make these changes.
They got new owners because they went down, maybe?
Spurs ain't getting new owners when we get relegated, I guarantee you that.
If we did? Would you take
But we're not going to.
Would you take it over?
No, I wouldn't take a relegation for anything.
Not for new owners?
No, not even for new owners.
Interesting.
I would take new owners any day of the week, but in this weird hypothetical world where we have to get relegated to get new owners.
Yeah, maybe get new owners, it forced them to sell for some reason, I don't know.
It's not going to force them to sell. What would force them to sell is having the highest value is the only thing that's going to make them sell. And being in the Championship is not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So let's stay up and then they can sell.
All right, that is it.
All right, big up to you lot in the comments once again. We'll see you all very soon. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.